In the early years of Islam, a fledgling Muslim community faced a defining moment, a battle that tested their resolve, their faith, and their unity. This moment was the Battle of Uhud, or Ghazwat Uhud, which unfolded on the rugged hills of Mount Uhud near Medina in 625 CE. The backdrop to this battle was set a year earlier at the Battle of Badr, where a smaller Muslim force achieved a stunning victory against the Quraysh of Mecca. But this victory was not forgotten, nor forgiven by the Quraysh, who sought to restore their honor and crush the Islamic movement. They prepared a massive army of 3,000 men, far outnumbering the Muslims. The Muslims could only gather around 700 fighters. Among them were even a few youth and elders, armed with faith but little else. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, consulted his companions, embodying the democratic spirit of Islam. Some suggested they remain within the city of Medina, while others, eager to meet the Quraysh in open combat, proposed moving to the battlefield. Ultimately, the Prophet, honoring the majority's choice, marched out to Uhud. Arriving at the battlefield, the Muslims positioned themselves strategically, with their backs shielded by the mountain. Key to their defense was a small detachment of 50 archers stationed on a hilltop to guard against enemy cavalry. The Prophet issued clear instructions: "Do not leave your position, no matter what happens. If you see us winning or losing, remain there." The Quraysh initiated the battle with a vengeance. The two sides clashed fiercely, swords ringing and arrows cutting through the air. Despite being outnumbered, the Muslims fought heroically. Their discipline and unity turned the tide of the battle, and soon the Quraysh began retreating in disarray. But as the Quraysh fled, their spoils, wealth, and armor lay scattered across the battlefield. Tempted by the sight, many of the Muslim archers abandoned their positions to claim the riches, despite the Prophet's explicit command. This moment of disobedience became a grave turning point. Khalid ibn al-Walid, then an enemy military leader famed for his brilliance, seized the opportunity. With the hilltop left exposed, he led a cavalry strike that flanked the unprepared Muslim forces. Chaos erupted as the Muslims were ambushed from behind, and the earlier momentum collapsed. In the confusion, the rumor spread that the Prophet had been martyred, further demoralizing the Muslim ranks. Reality, however, was far different. The Prophet was alive, though injured. His face bled, and his helmet was broken. Yet he continued to rally his companions, urging perseverance and prayer amidst the growing disarray. The Quraysh exploited this moment to regain temporary control. 70 Muslim warriors, among them Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib, the beloved uncle of the Prophet, fell as martyrs in this battle. Their courage and sacrifice would forever be etched into the history of Islam. Eventually, the Quraysh withdrew, unwilling to destroy Medina outright. They considered the battle a message of retaliation, a claim to their honor. But for the Muslims, Uhud was not merely a defeat. It was a lesson written in sacrifice, blood, and divine wisdom. The aftermath was heavy. The Prophet stood by the graves of the fallen, his heart laden with grief, yet filled with spiritual resolve. Allah revealed verses in the Quran regarding Uhud, reminding believers of the importance of obeying leadership, having patience, and placing trust in Allah's plan. To this day, the story of Uhud remains a symbol of resilience. It reminds believers that victory comes not through numbers or wealth, but through steadfastness, unity, and obedience to Allah. Though challenges may arise, the lessons of Uhud guide us to never waver in the face of adversity, knowing that every trial carries within it the seeds of ultimate success.